Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and I'm coming to you with a video about an idea for a compendium video that I want to make about how to get the most out of YouTube. Something happened today that got this ball rolling in my mind to come up with this new concept, because I did a video about a year ago where I try to help people have rules to get the most out of their firearms content watching on YouTube. And I said things about don't have hero worship. I totally get liking certain content creators for whatever reason. I know there's certain content creators that I like. I know there's content creators that you like. It can be different. There's big channels that I don't watch, not because I think they're bad. Some of them, I don't like what they do, but I don't berate them. I don't say, hey, they shouldn't do that, they're idiots. I just don't watch the content because it doesn't interest me for whatever reason. Then there's other content creators, some big, some small, that I absolutely love for whatever reason. And I go to different content creators sometimes because they shoot guns, sometimes that they show off the mechanics of guns, sometimes they show the history of the gun or whatever. So I go to different people for different things. And I'm starting to notice that people are losing sight of what YouTube is really about. I have said many times on my main channel that the best time on YouTube was probably about 8 years ago, 8 to 10 years ago. It was like the Wild West. There was true free speech, and you didn't have all these YouTubers that were making a living doing what they do. And I'm not saying that YouTubers that make a living just doing YouTube do bad things. It's in order for a lot of people to survive and to create the content, because the quality of the content has gone up so much across the board that in order for you to be relevant and even to spend time doing it, you have to create content of that level. And so that takes time and money. And if you're not trying to do it for a living like I am, it can become very costly and time consuming. And so I think that sometimes people think that anybody that puts out content on YouTube is, number one, trying to be famous or trying to change the world or trying to be a celebrity, and that's not the case. I just like to make content because I like to make content, okay? Maybe I like to hear myself talk a little bit too much, but that's it. But I love making firearms content because I love to share knowledge. I'm a professional musician and teacher for a living, so educating people is something that I like to do. It's kind of a passion of mine. I didn't realize it would be when I was younger. But yeah, that's kind of what I do and what I think my natural inclination is here on YouTube. And I'm not saying that I know everything, because you can't know everything about every gun that you ever review. There's just too much to know and too much out there. So I occasionally get things wrong and people call me out politely about it. And I go, oh yeah, I had no idea there was a new generation of magazine for this gun. I just didn't know, so it's just the way it is. But I'm starting to notice more and more on my main channel, the type of people that are commenting that are, I'm going to say new or just find my content, are people that are searching for confirmation bias. Now, where I warn people about don't have YouTube heroes and say that everything a certain YouTuber that you may like or what they say is gospel, that's not healthy, because they may make a mistake too. But you don't want to go online just looking for confirmation bias. For example, if you like, I'm just going to throw out a gun here, okay? Just a random gun. Maybe one that people comment a lot on my channel, like Ruger, for example. If you like Ruger firearms, I think that's great, okay? I think it's wonderful. I personally don't care what someone else likes or dislikes, because I'm not you. I don't have to buy Ruger if I don't like Ruger. You guys know I'm not the biggest fan of Ruger, for whatever reason. And it's just my personal preference. I like guns like HKs and B&Ts and Colts and LMTs. That's just what I gravitate towards, not for much other reason besides I just like them. And I don't do that for Ruger. I don't follow Ruger in that way. So I might review a gun by Ruger, and I know that people come to my channel going, oh, there's a review, I don't know who this Texas Gun Vault guy is, on this Ruger LCP. And they'll watch this review, and I document my experiences. I say, okay, here's what happened. This is what I think. This is why I think that way. I don't say in any way that somebody that buys that gun or likes that gun is wrong. I don't say that it's trash. I might say, for me, it's not something that I'm interested in. I feel that the gun might recoil too much, or might not be as reliable as I'd like, or my experience with it wasn't the greatest. So this is what I had. Here's my data point. Go and run with it. You can think that I'm completely off the mark on my review, and that's fine, because there's a lot of guns that I have in my collection that I absolutely love, that if you go online, other people give it bad reviews. But I don't look at those reviewers and go, oh, they're shills. Oh, they're haters. Oh, they don't know what they're talking about because they had a bad review of whatever gun it is, I might go, wow, I'm going to be on the lookout for that, because maybe I might have those issues that they experienced and I learned something from it. But when I shoot the gun, or I look at it in the safe and go, you know what, I'm really happy with my purchase. Too bad they weren't, and I'm sorry about that, but I don't look at someone that does a negative review of a gun that I like, or a gun that I carry, or a gun that for whatever reason is a special gun to me, and go, that person is a bad person, it's an evil person, or he's stupid, or he's ignorant. Because each one of us has a unique set of life experiences. Some people are going to like chicken salad sandwiches, and some people are not. And that decision to like it or not can be very qualitative for a number of different reasons, not just based off of taste. It could be texture. It could be an experience you had with chicken salad. You might have had some bad chicken salad at some gas station, and, you had some gastrointestinal problems. And from that point on, you never want to have chicken salad again. But other people didn't have that experience. So you can't look and say, well, since your experience is different than mine, but I know my experience, you're an idiot. That's not healthy. It's not good. I find that as someone that likes to have intellectual pursuits, I love learning about history and astronomy. It's always important to keep your mind open. It's important to hear the views of other people that you disagree with. Even politically, there's people politically, and I listen to a lot of political channels on YouTube, that I disagree with, but I watch their content, not because I feel like I'm, going to be changed by them, but I think it's important that I get other people's perspectives, because in order for me to have a stance on something, whether it be a political issue or a firearm that I really, really like, I'm curious what other people don't like about it, because it helps me solidify my thoughts and beliefs on it. I can go, wow, well, these people don't like it because of this, let's say, grip angle or whatever. But that grip angle really works for me. I have rheumatoid arthritis. And while I can definitely see why that grip angle might not be the best for a lot of people, but for me, it's awesome. It really works well. It's comfortable, and it doesn't hurt my wrist or my fingers when I shoot it. So even though they had a negative experience, I have a positive experience. I don't look at them and go, they're idiots, but it helps me go, in the future, if somebody's shooting that particular gun that I like, and I'll bring it up and go, hey, there's some other people that say this about this gun. Maybe this is the experience you're going to have. Why don't you try it and find out? You might like it, you might not. And so I got a comment today, and all this was spurred on by this stupid comment. This guy came to my channel. He was obviously not a subscriber, never even heard of me before. And he watched the whole review of the, the Atlas Nix, I believe it is. Atlas Gunworks Nix, an extremely high-end 2011 pistol. Very expensive pistol. And I gush over that gun. I mean, I say this is one awesome gun. It is amazing. I said it's built great. It's extremely accurate. You really cannot find a nicer gun. I mean, it is a top tier gun. But at the end of the video, I kind of off the cuff made a comment that I said, I've had the opportunity to shoot a number of these very high-end guns. And after shooting them, of course, we all have our personal preferences for whatever reason. It could be aesthetics, feel, accuracy, whatever. I said, it's a close competition for the top three. And really it can kind of go any way on this, but I said that the top three for me probably would be the Nighthawk Custom Sandhawk. I said that was probably the overall nicest gun because I thought the gun looked beautiful. The gun was very well built. It's hand assembled by one gunsmith from start to finish. I had a great experience with it. And then I said the Atlas Nix is probably second, which you're talking about like a 5-star gun and a 5-star gun. So what's the difference between those two guns? Probably was something silly like the finish, because you guys know I'm kind of a sucker for flat dark earth, and the Sandhawk's flat dark earth. So maybe I put that in first place because of it. But I said probably the Sandhawk, then the Atlas Nix, and then I think I said like the Masterpiece Arms DS9 Hybrid. I said those were just, the order of my personal preference. And this guy on the video, in fact, I posted it as the Texas Gun Vault viewer comment of the day. He said, I'm never going to subscribe to you, or I'm not a subscriber, and now I'm never going to subscribe because you thought the Nighthawk was better than Atlas. You're an idiot. Shows how ignorant you are. Here I am reviewing two essentially like $6,000 guns. I mean, let's just be honest. These guns are expensive. And by the way, thank you, D, for lending them to the channel, for letting me to give me a chance to shoot them, because they're awesome. Both of them are amazing. And, here I am, and I simply off the cuff say, I think from a personal standpoint, even though I give this gun 5 out of 5 stars and say it is absolutely incredible, he says I'm stupid and ignorant because I put the Nighthawk Custom above the Atlas. Really? Like, you think I'm an ignorant person and I'm a stupid person and I don't know what I'm talking about because of that? Really? Like, that's your problem? It doesn't bother me. It makes me feel sad for people, because he went on in his comment back to me, because I was honestly kind of snarky back to him. I said, I'm glad you're not a subscriber, because my channels are designed for mature audiences, emotionally mature audiences, people that can go, hey, you like that gun. I don't like that gun. Here's why. And we have a conversation about it in the comments. It's like, yeah, I can totally see that. Or I have a bad review and you like it. And you say, hey, this is the gun that I carry. I can shoot bullseyes at 20 yards all day long with it. Awesome. I'm so glad you're happy with your purchase. It's not for me, but great. I'm just glad I put the data out there and I showed you what I experienced. And we have a conversation about it. That's what mature people do. But he wasn't obviously a mature person emotionally, because he was so invested for whatever reason in Atlas, maybe because he spent that much money. And here comes somebody that says, hey, they like the Sandhawk just a little bit more, probably because of the color. That's honestly what it was. And then you berate my channel. But after my snarky comment, he comes back in and says something about, oh yeah, I can see your channel's not doing so well. It's obvious why, because and then he started spamming the channel. So I just ended up having to block and ban him. But I think I need to make a video, kind of come all the way back around here to what the whole purpose of the video was, about how to get the most out of YouTube. I need to go back and look at that video, but I know I said things like don't have YouTube heroes, and so forth. But I think I need to make ones about, if you don't like somebody's content, just don't watch. That's what I do. There's people that I don't watch because I don't like the content. There's people that I think that are clickbaity and I don't watch them, but I don't berate people that watch them. And I don't berate those channels because I know how hard it is to have a YouTube channel, and I just wish everybody success, so they'll do them and I'll do me. But anyway, I definitely feel like the teacher in me wants to help people. I want to reach out and help people enjoy YouTube more, because I feel like people are losing focus on what YouTube is really about. A community where you can come together, common people, make videos about something they're passionate about, and we all can learn from each other. Instead of coming across and finding somebody that might disagree with you, because trust me, there's a lot of people that disagree with you, a lot of people that disagree with me on a bunch of different stuff, like chicken salad or firearms. But that's no reason to hate them. It's no reason to get mad at them, no reason to make fun of them. They just had different life experiences. So I'm asking you, if you've gotten this far in the video, tell me what you think is good advice for people to get the most out of YouTube and the most enjoyment out of YouTube. I would love to know, because I got a couple ideas that I'm working with in my head. And what do you guys think about that commenter, and how crazy is that? Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I know this one's been kind of long and ranty, but let me know. I'd love to know your thoughts, how to get the most out of YouTube. So, as always, thanks for watching.